our Facebook Live. I was originally hoping to do this from the barn, but the Colorado weather, very, very windy outside this morning, didn't cooperate with me at all. We were going to be seeing me probably flying on my way to Kansas if I tried to do this from the barn. So I chose to come home, wash all the dirt off that managed to plaster itself to the side of my face while I was out feeding this morning, and come to you live from my office here in Colorado. So one of the questions that I'm asked a lot, and one of the options I provide to my clients, is to work with my horse herd. And one of the questions that I get around that is why? Why do I use horses in my life coaching? And that's a great question that I wanted to take a little bit of time today to answer. So horses are they're truly prey animals, and their only goal in life is survival. That's the only thing that they have on their mind at any particular time. And in that survival, they travel in groups. They travel in herds. And a wild horses are very social. And by increasing, just adding one other horse to their herd and making it two, they double their chances of survival. So because of that, they're very emotionally and energetically aware of everything that's going on around them. So their communication with each other, and they're just very aware of their environment and everything that's going on. And so because of that communication and the messaging that they provide to us as potential herd mates is tremendous value when we're talking about life coaching and when we're going in to meeting the horses, because they can't be anything other than truthful and honest. They have no other way to be. So by providing that truthfulness and that honesty and being open and aware of the messaging that they're able to provide for us, we're just able to have such an incredibly deep experience when we're working with our horses. So back to that energetic and that emotional energy fields that they have. In a wild horse herd, they have to be aware of all that. They have to communicate effectively with their herd, because that's how they survive. If a mountain lion comes over the ridge, they have to be able to notice that mountain lion and notice whether or not that mountain lion is a threat, and communicate that to the other members of their herd in a very short amount of time. And they have to make a decision. Do we flee, or is the mountain lion just eaten and is on his way to the water hole and we're safe? So that's the same kind of information that they're looking from us as humans, as potential herd mates, when we enter the round pen. So one of the first things they do is they take a quick assessment of us to make sure that we are totally in alignment with ourselves and whether or not we can be trusted. So if we enter the round pen, full of bravado, that we're not scared when we really are, these guys know that. And the message that they're going to provide to us around that is that they don't want to be around you. They're simply going to turn and they're going to walk away, or they're just going to continue to graze and not even acknowledge that you're in the round pen with them. And they're not being mean. It's not that they don't like you. It's not that they hate you. It's just that you're not providing them the truthfulness and the honesty that they need to know that they can trust you as a potential herd mate. So that's just an example of something that the horses can provide within our coaching. So we do a lot of different things with the horses. Horse experience is not necessary. We don't ride, but we do interact with them, and we're open to we're open to the messaging and what they have to provide and what they have to tell us. And the experience is often very profound. It's very eye-opening. I've had clients tell me that in one 20-minute session with the horses, they've walked away with a clearer understanding of what's going on within them and with their goals and where they're trying to go than weeks of talk therapy. I've had clients go in with issues around interacting with their children, whether they're expecting too much of their children, and the horses are very clear in that message. Communication issues with spouses. Communication issues are a huge thing that we deal with a lot in life coaching, and the horses very, very often have very loud and clear messages on your communication styles and what you need to do around that. So without experiencing it, it's very, very hard to describe. All I can do is encourage you to reach out to me. Schedule a one-on-one coaching, live coaching with the horses. I'm also going to be looking at offering some group workshops coming up again next summer. And take the time to experience this. Take the time to explore it. Take the time to really find out what these guys have to share because it is absolutely amazing. So, in that vein, for those of you that don't live close by, I do plan on once a month bringing the horses into our Facebook Lives a little bit. At the first few times that we're live with them, I'm actually going to introduce you to the horse coaches. After that, we're going to probably take some actual coaching to the horses, and we'll see where that all ends up with. So, if you have a particular issue that you would like for us to take to the horses on coaching, send me an email and let me know about it. If you have more questions around the coaching with the horses, again, send me an email. You can reach me at Tracy, TRACY, at secoaching.net. I am more than happy to talk about my four-legged coaches. They are amazing. Next month, in the last week in October, we're going to meet Merlin. He's my foundation coach. He's my first one that I started with, and he's very often the favorite when people are working with the horse coaches. His nickname is Majestic Merlin, and when you meet him and see him in a few weeks, you'll understand why they come up with that name. So again, if you have any questions around why horses, shoot me that email, leave me a message in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. So next month in October, we're going to be talking a lot of stuff around self-compassion and self-confidence, all things that we all need to work on and we all need to be aware of. So October is self-awareness around self-confidence and self-compassion. Until then, have a blessed week. I love you all. Thank you for tuning into this, and we'll talk later. Have a fantastic day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.